Hi, today we're going to walk through setting up your menu in Open Dining. Your menu consists of categories, which then have items, and those items have options. To get started, we start from the dashboard, and we'll click the menu button. Now I'm working with a demo restaurant, so I have a blank menu, much like you will. We're going to set up 3 categories, and the first one's going to be appetizers. And then let's say we have a sandwiches category and a desserts category. You'll notice I'm just clicking the add button and adding my categories. So let's start by adding a simple appetizer. We'll add breadsticks, and I'll give it a little description here. Give a nice description people want. Let's just say that we have a basic price. Let's say we sell breadsticks for $3. So I only have one price here, and that's okay. And I'm just going to go down to the bottom and click submit. You could also just use the enter key to add the form, to submit the form easily. Now that we've added this first item, it takes us back to this form so we can add items very quickly. But I'm going to go back to the menu just to show you that we've added this first item. You can see here's our breadsticks. We can edit it, delete it, or disable it if we ran out. Let's add another appetizer with some more options. So let's add chicken soup. And again, let's give a little description. All right. And let's say that we sell 2 sizes of chicken soup. Let's say we sell cups and bowls of soup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add those sizes because this first one really doesn't do us any good. So I'm going to add the cup. And then I'm going to add the bowl. And I'm going to add this, or remove this default size. So we're going to be left with the cup and bowl sizes. Now I have my cup and bowl, and let's say we sell a cup for $2.50 and a bowl for $4.50. And again, I'm going to go down. You could use the enter key to submit this form so you can add items very quickly. All right. And let's say we also sell cheese sticks, fried mozzarella. And let's say we add those for $5. I just want to show you if I just hit enter here, I don't have to scroll all the way down. I can add items very, very fast that way. Okay, let's go back to the menu and let's add a sandwich. This will be a more complex item that'll show off a bunch of things that we can do with items. So let's say we sell sub sandwiches, and I'll leave the description blank for now. So let's say we sell both 6 and 12-inch foot-long sandwiches. I'm going to add more sizes. So I'm going to add a 6-inch size. I'm also going to add a foot-long size. Again, I'm going to remove this basic price. Doesn't do us any good. It's really only there for items with one price or size. And then let's say a 6-inch is $4.50 and a foot-long is $6. Now, I could save this as is, but it doesn't do me a lot of good because the customer couldn't pick bread or toppings or meat, any of those things, and those are pretty common with sub sandwiches. So let's add some options here. To do that, I'm going to click Add Option. Now our options are grouped together, so you have groups of options like veggies or bread, things like that, where they can only pick maybe one of them or several. So let's start with bread. Now bread's required. You really couldn't make the sandwich without knowing what kind of bread they want. Allow multiple selections. We're going to leave this unchecked because you can really only pick one kind of bread. I'm going to create option. So it's added my bread option here. It's marked as required. And if I wanted to limit how many selections they could choose, we could fill in these minimum or maximum selections. And then to fill in the types of bread they can pick, I'll click Edit Options. So let's say they can pick white bread and wheat bread and oat bran and another bread. Let's say we have 7-grain bread. And I've left these prices blank. That just means that they're free. But let's just say that for 7-grain bread, we wanted to charge 50 cents extra. I could fill that in here too, and only 7-grain bread would be 50 cents extra. So now the customer is going to be required to choose a type of bread. Let's add another option. Let's add veggies. So veggies, they're not required because you could have a sandwich with no veggies. And sure, we can say the customer can pick multiple veggies. Now it's going to say if there's a minimum or maximum allowed. In this case, there aren't any. You could pick as many or as few as you want, but in cases where you had maybe a choose two combo where the customer can only pick 2 options from the list, you would fill in this maximum or maybe a minimum as well. So I'm going to click create option. Now it's created my veggies for me. And let's say they can pick lettuce, tomato, onion, green pepper, and what's some expensive ones? Let's say saffron. I don't know, that's really expensive. And we could say saffron costs an extra $2.50. I'm just making this up, so you'd have your own there. So I'm going to save this sandwich. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and view the menu for this restaurant so you can see how these show up. You see I just grabbed the restaurant ID from my URL, but you would have this in other screens. So here you can see, here are the 3 appetizers that we created. Breadsticks, chicken soup, cheese sticks. The size is selectable here. And here's our sandwich. Note that I have to pick a size. And I have my bread options here. Again, I'm required to pick one of these. If I leave it blank, it won't let me submit it. And my 7-gram bread is extra. So I'll pick wheat bread. And then I have my veggies here. Again, I can pick many of these if I want to. I can keep going. So that should give you a good idea of how to set up your menu and configure options. Hope you have fun.